those who know me, my name is Tarkeith. I'm a single mom of an 11-year-old daughter. On January 11th, 2024, I was fired from Salad and Go. I made $16.75 an hour with full benefits, and I worked 30 to 32 hours a week. I didn't expect this to happen, and I don't feel like I had deserved it. My former boss told a story, and I had a story, but because she was of a higher position and went to HR first, her story was believed over mine, and I will stand by to the day I die. She lied. I cried and I was heartbroken, and still I put my big girl pants on and I went straight to business. I applied for unemployment on January 12th, 2024, and registered for work in Texas. And every week I have applied for job after job after job. I had to verify my ID on January 23rd, 2024. There was an error in my payment request on January 28th, 2024. I was corrected after I finally got in touch with somebody. And then the employer that popped up was incorrect, and I was informed on that on January 12th, 2024. So I had to send my February 12th, 2024, and I sent my W-2 and my last check stub to them to reconcile this. So when they received it on February 12th, 2024, they told me to continue doing what I'm doing and to wait, because the employer has to wait to respond. On January 16th, 2024, I applied for SNAP, Medicaid, and TANF. All my requested documentation was sent in January 28th, 2024. My former boss refused to fill out the employee verification form to state that I was terminated. And so I had to send it to HR. Luckily, HR sent it back on January 29th, 2024. I was told to wait until February 16th, 2024 for the processing to be complete, and there was no answer. Once I called on February 21st, 2024, I had to wait on the phone for an hour and no one answered. And finally, on February 22nd, 2024, I was informed that the employee verification form wasn't handwritten and they couldn't call them to verify that it was legit. And no one told me, and the form did not indicate that it had to be handwritten. Everything is done electronically through the PDF file. But because they couldn't get in contact with HR, everything's pending. So I have no food in the house. On January 12th of 2024, I contacted Wesley Community Center. They helped me through my time when I was in school to become a CNA. They helped me with rental assistance. I sent them all the documentation that they needed on January 23rd, 2024. I sent the final form that they needed on January 21st, 2024, and they needed an extra form filled out on the 29th. So January 29th, I worked hard to get that form filled out, and luckily I did. And a check for rental assistance was mailed out via envelope regular mail on February 2nd, 2024. I contacted my rental company for my house last week, and they said they haven't received the check at all, and there's no way to track it, and there's no way to void it. And Wesley basically said that, there's nothing that they could do, because the check wasn't received and they have to wait to send back to them, even though they don't know if it's going to get sent back to them. And that check was supposed to pay for next month's rent. I barely managed to pay for February rent, and I thought everything was going to be okay. I had finished my CNA program in October, but there was an error in my registration, and I sent for via email on November 3rd, 2023. I finally got a response on December 8th, 2023, saying to try to register again, and I went through the registration process until I came across an error in which a drop-down list would not appear. And I sent an email on January 14th, 2024, and I have not gotten back a response from the state or TULIP. And I sent an email today on February 22nd, 2024. My credit is shit in the 400s. I owe on 2 loans, and that was my only way to pay for December and January's rent. I have issues with my vehicle, and my roommates are having financial issues as well. And the only way I could afford to stay here was to sublease. I did everything right. I did everything ahead of time. And here I am on February 22nd, 2024, as a single mom and a single parent, struggling to get a job. I went through all the assistance process ahead of time, and I stayed on top of it. And when I was promised help, when I was given assistance, everything is delayed and delayed and delayed. And this is what it means to get help in the state of Texas. Even though we boast that we are a strong state and we look out for each other and it's low taxes and we make sure people have jobs, here I am struggling. I'm in a house and I'm doing everything I can to stay in it. I'm doing everything I can to not be homeless with my daughter who's 11 years old and making straight A's at her middle school. I'm not lazy. I'm not someone who begs for handouts. But God damn it, something happened to me that I didn't expect and I didn't deserve it. I worked at a job that I loved, and I did make mistakes, and I owned those mistakes. But what my boss did to me was terrible. I didn't have no ambitions. I just wanted to go to work, put food on the table, pay my bills and my rent. It was the highest I've ever been paid in my entire life. And I felt that everything was gonna go right from there. Just after I got out of an abusive relationship. And I did everything right. And I'm trying so hard to find a job. And I take my daughter to and from school. And to find a job that paid the same amount and allowed the same amount of benefits. Many people tell me to go for a secretary job, and every secretary job requires you to speak Spanish. They tell me to become a CNA, and it seems like every position of CNA requires you to have that state registration. And I know you can poke holes at everything I've done, but God damn it, I did my work. I really have. And I don't want to be those people on the street, and I can't go back home. Not where there's fucking 5 adults living in my mother's house with an 11-year-old. So I truly am sorry that I'm asking you for help and assistance so that I can pay this month's rent. It is embarrassing. I am not this type of person. The last time I did a GoFundMe was just to pay for my school, and I felt like it was worth it because I would have to put in the work to complete that program, and I did. I completed it. But now in the state exam registration is fucked up, and I can't even fucking register to take the exam. And it's been fucking 3 months. And it just seems everything is on hold and delay. My God, I don't ask anything for me, but I want to be able to cook for my daughter, to make sure that she gets to keep her own room and her own space, to stay in a house and not live in a damn apartment and have to move from apartment to apartment. I want to be able to take care of my own, hold my own for my daughter's sake. And I know everybody's going through a rough time. That's why I feel so embarrassed to ask for help. I'm the one that helps people, not the other way around. So please, I'm sorry, and I'm asking for you to donate what you can, even if it's just $1. There's a fair, an employee fair on the 29th that I've registered to go to, and I'm going to take my resume, and hopefully there's someone who can offer a position with the pay that I used to get, with benefits that I used to have, with hours that manage my schedule. If you have nothing to donate, please share. And I'm really sorry to the internet about all of this. And I'm sorry I have to embarrass myself like this.